It's Wednesday. I thought I'd let you see a perspective that you never have, and I have on days when I'm recording worship on Sunday. So this is what I get to look out on, thanks to Ben and thanks to Luann for putting up some of your pictures here in the worship area. I'd like to talk a little bit this afternoon about shifting from can't to can. As various places in our nation, various states, and the nation in and of itself are trying to shift from what we can't do to now what we can do. And we're still trying to figure this out. But I thought about this from the standpoint of, someone saying that you can't do this, and you can't do this, and you can't do this, and we have no control over what we can't do. I thought about Moses and the children of Israel as they were in slavery in Egypt, and the children of Israel cried out to God for over 3 centuries and saying, we can't be free. Moses showed up, and that changed. It went from can't to can. They found themselves backed up against the waters of the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army bearing down on them, and they said, we can't escape. God showed up, and can't became can. As they wandered into the desert, they couldn't find food. They said, we can't eat. We can't drink. We're thirsty, and there's no water. There's no food. And when God showed up, can't became can. And God finally brought them into the promised land. I think about some of the things that some of you are going through in this time of isolation, this time of quarantine fatigue, having to change the way you work, having to change the way that you educate your kids, not being able to go and visit some people, people being shut away in assisted living centers. And we hear about the things that we can't do. And in the midst of this, we find ourselves in situations where we can't make things better. We feel overwhelmed. We can't shake some of the feelings of frustration or fear or being overwhelmed. We find that we can't overcome grief or sorrow or sadness that we're feeling because of friends, loved ones, neighbors, people that mean a whole lot to us that have become sick. Some of them have even died. And we find ourselves in a situation where we can't change where we're working from right now. We can't change the way in which our children are being educated. We can't change any of this. And how do we shift from can't to can? And so, as I thought about this, I thought, you know what? On my own, trying to take matters into my own hands, trying to overcome all this on my own, it is way beyond my ability. There is no way without Luann and without Ben and without Pam and without Tom and other people in the choir and other people in the praise team that I would ever be able to even come close to doing what we've been doing for the past 7 weeks. I can't do that on my own. But what I've learned is that I can shift from can't, trying to do it all on my own, to can when I invite other people to help me, other people to help lift the load, other people to help bear the burden, other people to lend their talents and their gifts and their abilities and their strengths and their encouragement in order to help me do what I can't do. I think about this for you as well. Part of this is humbling ourselves and becoming humble before God and before one another and admitting there are some things we just simply can't do on our own. And to humble oneself is to open oneself up to help from someone else. Not only help from God, but also help from people around us, people that have our best interests at heart and really do want to help us. And so part of what I'm encouraging you to do today is to take a look at yourself, and can you humble yourself, realize that you can't do some of these things all on your own, all by yourself, and to ask for help. To actually allow yourself to allow someone else to enter into your life, walk alongside you, and to help make your life a little bit better today or this next week. And if that's not where you're at, then think about somebody around you who's living with a lot of can'ts in their life. They can't make some of their bills. They can't overcome some of the stress and the fatigue and the stress that they're feeling. They can't go out and just buy this. They're feeling overwhelmed with the education of their kids, whatever it may be. Can you walk into their life and lend some of your strength and your encouragement and your gifts in order to help some of their can'ts become can? That's your challenge. And that's my challenge. To not only humble ourselves and accept help, but also to walk alongside those who are struggling with the same things we struggle with, and to help their can'ts become can. Have a great Wednesday. God bless your day.